So in this video, I'm doing another design tutorial. I'm going to go step by step on how I created this design right here for my Design with Detour on October 1st. It's for wings. Someone in the comments asked me to do this. I actually wanted to do more of these design tutorials this year, but I haven't done one in a long time. So here's one for you. I'm going to show you exactly how I do it from my prompt that I got from AI, how I knock it out, what kind of text I use, the name of the font, how I arc it and do the different design styles on here. Everything you need to know from start to finish in here. So let's get to AI right now. I'm going to use ChatGPT. I'll show you the prompts that I use to get the design for this wings, and then I'll show you from there. So here we are on ChatGPT, chatgpt.com. I'm using the latest ChatGPT 4.0, and I'm using Sticker Whiz right here. So I'm going to click on Sticker Whiz, and I'm going to show you, these are all the ones that I've done so far. I do one every day trying to learn ChatGPT and AI. The one I did was Angel Wings for October 1st, and you can see a bunch of cool wing stuff that I did. I tried to do a buffalo with wings, which was cool. And here it is. This is all I typed in. A plate full of buffalo wings in ChatGPT with Sticker Whiz, and it gave me this. It is pretty cool. Look at that. There's a white outline that I'm going to have to take away, but if you want this prompt right here, this is the full prompt that ChatGPT is using, and I'm not going to read it out, but you can take a screenshot or whatever. But really, if you're just using ChatGPT with Sticker Whiz, you can just write a simple prompt like this, a plate full of buffalo wings, and probably get something very similar to this. I am using Sticker Whiz. This isn't free. This is a paid subscription. I pay 20 bucks a month for ChatGPT with Sticker Whiz. So you can use ChatGPT, but to do image to text or text to image, you will need a subscription. So that's what I do. And you can see I create a ton. This is just one day. And all of these could be different kinds of t-shirts. So that's what I do. All right, so after doing that, after getting this, you would want to download it. You download it here. And I'm going to do that again so you can see how that works. It just goes to your downloads folder. At least it goes to my downloads folder when I do it. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to have to upscale it so that it's bigger, because it's only 1024 by 1024. We're going to upscale it. I'll show you where to go for that. It's a free app called dgb.lol, and I'll show you how to do it. All right, so first step 2, just upscaling it. You could vectorize this too. I think that one was pretty clean that you could vectorize it. I'm gonna just upscale it, and here I am on dgb.lol AI image upscaler right here. I'm gonna click on it. I'm just gonna drag in that download we did, and then I'm gonna pick, you can see right here, it kind of gives you a preview of what it is in the background. I'm gonna do 6 times. You can do 8 times, it just takes a little longer. 6 times takes long enough. So it is gonna be big enough because it's 1024 by 1024 times 6, obviously over 6,000 pixels. So I'm going to hit submit, and I'll hit my files, and you can see it's going to take an hour and 44 minutes. I'm not going to wait for this. I'm going to use it later, but I'm going to show you as if we used the big one. So next step I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this into Affinity Designer and cut out everything on the background and kind of mask it out, and I'll show you how easy that is. All right, so here I am in Affinity Designer. I just have it pulled up here so it is the right size. But what you would do is you would go to File and New. So if you have the presets, you would use this 4500 by 5400, but if not, you would just type it in here and then hit Create. And there you go. This is the artboard size that we're going to need. And I'm going to drag in that design that we made in ChatGPT. You can see it's too small. Once I get the big size, it's going to be like this big. So we're just going to eyeball it here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace around it with the pen tool. Now it's kind of tedious, but it makes it have a nice edge. So you can see right now this has a rough edge. It actually is rougher because I scaled it up instead of upscaled it. I just like made it bigger, so the pixels look very big here. Don't worry, it's not going to look that big, but we're also going to cut it so you're going to get some really sharp edges. And I'm going to just start here. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I'm going to show you that with the pen tool, you saw that I picked the pen tool here. I'm just going to come in here and just trace around it. Now this is a good practice for your pen tool too. So not only is this tedious, but if you can learn to kind of trace like this around it, you can learn how to draw anything with the pen tool, because this is going to kind of teach you like when should you bend your Bezier curves like this, you know, and where to kind of click on the next one and going up and straight and around and kind of bending like that. So I'm not going to have you watch me do the whole thing, but basically that's what it is just going around the whole thing. And in this case, there's no knockouts or anything. It's just all the way around. It's not a exact circle, but the plate really helps to have the circle. We're going to have to go around these celeries and things like that, but it's not going to take too long. After I'm done, I'm going to come back and I'll show you what to do once the whole shape is connected. Okay, I'm back. I just finished. I went all the way around. It didn't take me too long, probably 5 minutes or less, probably actually less than 5 minutes. So you can see the shape here. It's called curves. And if I'm going to zoom out, you can see I just went over the whole thing around the edges. Now I wanted to go inside of the black. You can see right here, I'm not going outside of the black. I'm going inside because we want to make this sharper. Once it cuts it, it's going to cut it here. You don't want to cut it right at the pixels, because then you'll still get those pixelated things. So we don't want the white, and we don't want this pixelated edge, so that's why we're going right about at the edge. You'll see that I'm coming up right at the edge of here. Now this one might have gone over, so I can come in here and move this curve here, or move this point down so that I'm inside of that. You can see now that I'm inside of this, and I won't get the pixelation that I might get. So come around here if you want to go over it again like I am, and kind of make sure that it's just inside and not. Now this can take a little bit longer, but when you do it the first time, don't make that mistake like I did. So you can see going around here, I'm not touching the edge. This one kind of is, so I was trying to do it fast. So slow and steady wins the race. You can see if you got it right inside, and it's nice to check, and you'll see the difference here. Okay, so now that I have that already done, we're gonna just grab this picture. I remember this is gonna be the bigger one, not the smaller size. Don't follow me and just stretch it out. Wait for the big one, although this is actually not too bad, but the bigger one's better. I'm gonna just drag it inside. You see how that changed color? And then drop it, and now you can see it's already knocked out. And if we change the background color, we can see that yes, it is knocked out, and yes, look how sharp that edge is. So pretty cool. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna copy this curve. There's multiple ways to do this, but I like to do this and copy Command J. So there's 2 of them now, and I'm gonna take the picture out of the bottom one, and just delete it. We just need the curve to be white. And we also need this to be white, the stroke. There, and make sure that when you drew around it, that it's not a black outline. So I'm going to take that out. It should be transparent. It can be black when you do it, but just make sure when you're finished doing it, to turn it to transparent. So there's no stroke, no fill on this curve, which you can see there's nothing there, but you can see that white outline, and that's this one right here. If we turn that off, you can see it's not there. So this white outline, we're gonna make it bigger. So we're gonna just make it like that. And that's just one way so that it stands out on the black t-shirt. So if I change this to a black t-shirt, for instance, instead of red, you can see that, and that just helps it stand out. Without that, you get this and kind of gets lost. So there's my white outline. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is type in wingman. So let's do that. I'm gonna go in text. I'm gonna type it up here and then do wingman. I'll just do wing for now so that I can see. I'll stretch it out. I want kind of a athletic font, a slab serif font. Makes me think of like wingman for Top Gun or something like that for Air Force, right? So I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna use one of my favorites. It's called Superstar M54. And then, oh, I didn't click it, boom. And then wingman there. Now let's just change this to white too, so that when we bring it on here, we can see it. let's make this really big like that. So I wanted to bring in the final design so you can see what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to make this a little taller. You can see it's like that. And then we're going to make it just inside a little bit more, but we're going to use an effect here. So the effect is clicking layer and then warp group and then just mesh. All right. So I'm going to zoom in here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to take this bottom one and just drag it down. I'm holding down shift so that it's proportional. I'm going to bring down a guide here so that we can see that it's the same one. This one too right here. Boom. And then in the middle, I'm just going to click right there, bring that up a little bit. And what we want to do is we want to kind of curve it. So we're going to move this so it's curved a little bit. And so here too has that curve feature. So I'm going to curve it like that. So we're going to do the same on this side, curving up like that, and then this one is curving down like that. Now you may need to play with these curves by bringing this down, and we just want to make everything straight. So there's lots of ways to do this. You're going to have to just eyeball it. There's no like exact measurement. So you can see that this is lining up here. You can see that this is kind of curving, so I'm going to have to move it out like that. And that looks straight, so that's good. We may want to move this down a little bit, and move this down, and maybe move this one down. And as we do that, we can curve these up too. So what you want to do is just keep those letters straight. So you can see as I go this way and that way, it's not straight. So just keep an eye on that as we move things up and down. So that's pretty good. It's never going to be exactly like the one there, but once you're done, click on that. Now if you need it like not as tall, you can just bring it down like that too. And I think that's pretty close. Okay, next thing are these stars. They're pretty simple. Affinity Designer has stars, so I'm just going to click the star tool here, hold down shift, make it big. We're going to make sure that it is white inside, so I'm going to click that white, and we're just going to turn it. So you can turn it right here at the corner and turn it like that. And then Option Shift Drag, do a copy, and we're just going to make one smaller here. So just that simple, whatever size you want. So the same thing you do on this side is the same thing you're going to do on that side. So we're going to do these two. I'm going to hit Group. I'm going to hit Option Shift Drag, and then I'm going to flip it right here. You can see flip horizontal. Now, in order to make sure that's in the middle, I'm going to group all of these. So those four I'm going to group now, and I'm going to hit this where it says Align. I'm going to align center, and that's the center of it. So now that we know those two are the center, and this should be the center too, so let's click that and hit center. Now we can move our plate. So remember, it's grouped like that. I'm going to move it just a little bit to the left so that you can see that. So the last thing is any wing, anytime, anywhere. I'm going to draw a circle that kind of matches the plate. So you can see I'm matching the plate. Now if you want to put it in the back, that's fine too. Click it to the back, and then you can kind of move the circle here and move the circle here and make sure that that works out. Now once we have that, we can put the text on it. So I'm going to click text, and you can see it turn to a T. See that right there? I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to type any, it's going to have to be white, so I'm going to hit Command A to select all, make sure that it's white. Oh, it is behind the plate, so I'm going to make sure we move the baseline. So let's move it out like that. There we go. Now we can see it, and it's going to have to be smaller. So whoops, I'm going to double click on it and change the size here to maybe something like that for now, 64. Okay, and then we're going to move these triangles. So I want it up here, and where's my other triangle? Let me zoom in. Oh, here it is by the celery. Actually, I can make it straight. So that one right there, and then this one right here. All right. Let me scroll out. There we go. Okay, let's start typing again. Any time, I'm going to put double space, anywhere. Is that what it was? I think it was any wing, right? Any wing, anytime, anywhere. That's right. Any wing, anytime, anywhere. And then we're going to center this right here. So center aligned. There we go. Now we may need to add more space here. 1, 2. I think that's pretty good. If you want to push it down just a little bit more, that's the baseline here. We already are at 100, but one trick you can do is we can just make the circle bigger. So let's make the circle a little bigger, just like that, and that works too. Anytime, well, it's now a little bit too big or too far out, but you get the idea. You can play with this, and you can make it, you can move the letters closer together too if you want to. So now that I'm here, holding down Option and left, and just clicking left as I'm here. So once I'm here and hit Option, hold Option down and click left, 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 left to bring it in closer. Left, left, left. So I'm moving right and left with my right and left arrows. I can just move these closer. So once you get it to the place that you want, you can do it like that. And again, if it's too far out now, you can move the baseline back in and gonna bring it in there if you want. One thing that I forgot is the stars. So we're gonna just do the stars again and hold down Shift and just move the stars here. And Option, click, drag, star here as well. The stars can be a little smaller actually. Now the last thing you're gonna want is a texture, so you can see the textures on here. I'm gonna remove the texture so you can see it. You can get textures for free online. I actually have a video, I'll put a link in the video for the textures, where to get it. But I'm gonna, instead of going there right now, I'm just gonna take the texture off of this one. You can see washed and worn texture. I'm gonna remove it or copy it, Command J. There's a copy of it. I'm gonna bring it out here so you can see what it looks like. And we're not gonna do erase. Okay, so normally this is what it looks like there. I'm gonna put it over here so you can see what it looks like. But if I just do that and not do the erase, when I take away the black background, you'll notice that's what you would get. That's not what you want. You want it to knock out the design. So let's put this back, and you see that worn texture right there. We're gonna copy everything, not copy, we're gonna group everything here underneath the worn texture. So group, and then with this texture right here, once you put it in the right spot, let's say that's the right spot, we're gonna group these two together, Command G. And now if we click this and say erase, what it does is it takes the dark or the black of it, and it knocks out the white behind it. You'll see. Now, if I remove the background, you see it's not there. What's better is if I change the color of the background, you'll notice that it changes with it. So it just knocked out the design that's in front. Anything that was in that group, it's knocking it out. So that's how you do it. It's pretty easy. Love that Affinity Designer can do that. And there you go, done. Pretty much the same as that one. The last thing you would do is unclick this, make sure there's no background. This is the transparent PNG part. Hit File, hit Export. Make sure it's a PNG right here. Make sure that it's selection only. You'll see the preview here with no background. You may have to wait a while, but it's going to generate a preview. You can see that that is transparent. It is 4500 by 5400. You will export it, and you can call it whatever you want, a wingman design, just like that, and hit save. There you go, start to finish, not too bad. It didn't take too long. I think the longest part that took was to kind of draw a trace around that. and waiting for this to upscale, because so we didn't do that yet. So once that's done, you can come in here and do all of these things. So have fun with this. I think this is a fun one to do, especially to learn how to do the warp and how to learn to do the mask and how to do type on text. We did that as well as, and the texture thing. So doing the texture. Now you can use any textures out there. Just make sure it's black and white, and that's how it works. It's taking the black and knocking it out. So there you go, full tutorial from AI design all the way to end to a transparent PNG. Now you would take that transparent PNG and put it on all multiple print-on-demand sites. If you want to see how to upload to different print-on-demand sites, let me know in the comments. I probably could do like just a tutorial on uploading to Amazon and uploading to Redbubble and uploading to TeePublic, and whichever one you want. So let me know that in the comments. Thanks again for watching. If you want to see another design tutorial that I did recently for a design with Detour, I'll put that latest one right here. I think you can learn a lot from that one as well. Thanks so much for watching, and as always guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one.